99 Pro Circuit events in the books. Big 100 just around the corner. Of course, that's coming at you October 16th through the 18th from New Orleans. And we have $250,000 on the line just for Call of Duty.
Little bit of prize money. The second biggest tournament in terms of prize money you're going to see all year. Second only to, of course, the World Championship, which was a couple of months before that.
Of course, COD champs every year. Well, we do know which teams are coming through into group play. Now, everyone can compete. There's an open bracket. In fact, right now you can still buy your Call of Duty Team Pass. But some teams are going to have an easier road to that finals than others. And
this is true.
We got our big name squads that we know are going to start into group play. We don't know the groups yet, but we have some of the top 14 teams qualified up to this point. Let's start with OPTIC Gaming, our #1 seed most likely. They're the pro points leaders, and really this has been the most dominant team in AW all season. They've had a little rough patch running into phase in some grand finals, but other than that, they have dominated AW from start to finish.
I mean, they've been in the grand final of every single event this year, apart from COD Champs. That shows you how dominant this team really has been this year. It's been a phenomenal year for them. There's a lot of Rostermania going on. People were looking at them. Are they going to make a team change? Nope. They're more than happy how they are. And another team who decided not to go for a team change during Rostermania was, of course, Team FaZe. Enable, Zuma, Clayster, and Attach. This squad has just been a powerhouse in the latter parts of Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, when Denial and FaZe kind of merged to make this powerhouse roster, they definitely have shown what they're truly made of. They've taken our Season 3 title, now looking to take home a second World Championship for Clayster and Attach. #3 seed, though, is Denial, and for the first time this season, Denial is without replays.
Yeah, it's crazy. The guy's never placed outside the top 8 this year. And you look at him as the face of Denial. He's been dropped from Denial a couple of times. I think this is the 3rd time overall this year, but he's always found his way kind of back immediately. This time, though, it's not going to happen. Classic is going to be filling his shoes, and that completes the squad, of course, Slasher, Hook, Temp, and himself, Classic.
With Classic now in Denial, that means Elevate had a spot open. Slack, TJ, and Saint sticking together, and they're going to pick up Octane, one of the best battles in the game. How strong is Elevate?
Oh, with Octane, he's just strengthened the squad so much, I think. You know, having a real dedicated bow player, I think that's what every single team needs, right? You look at FaZe, you look at OPTIC Gaming, what do they got? 2 solid bow players and a lot of aggressive sub players. Elevate was known for having these massively aggressive sub players, but didn't really have a bow who could lock it down consistently. That's what Octane brings to the table.
Looking at our 6th seed, or 5th seed from North America, this is going to be OPTIC Nation, Embos, Ricky, Miracles, and Nameless. The players to look out for, of course, Nameless coming over from Team Caliber, now joining up on ON in place of Moch. We'll see, does that change help this squad? At #6, though, it is Team Envy, and Looney and JCap had to go to the drawing board for this one. They decided to go with Jerd, so TCM no longer existing basically at this point, as you have Goonjar filling in as the official 4th.
Yeah, it's a temporary loan was the exact wording of that, so... You know, as you said, what happens with TCM, we don't really know. But Jerd decides he wants to go play with the boys over at Team ENVYUS. Admittedly, options pretty limited at this point. I think it was fair to say, you know, when you go back to Friday, roster lock, of course, if you're not playing in the 10K Pass Sunday, was Friday. So everyone was kind of stressing out, trying to find a team. And Team ENVYUS bringing back Goonjar once again. It's a big opportunity for him because he hasn't really proven himself this year that much. So, you know, playing at Worlds with Looney and JCap, who, let's be fair, have had a great year so far, looking to see if they can cause an upset.
Epsilon Esports, another big squad to keep your eye on. Of course, this was the dark horse coming into Season 3, caused so many problems. Top 4 finish once again. In fact, they took OPTIC Gaming the distance, if you remember, back at that Winners Bracket Finals. Parasite joined up alongside Remy and Nagafen, and despite the incredible clutch plays from Royalty, Aqua is going to be filling in place of Royalty for Worlds. More on that a little bit later, but let's take it to Orbit, another squad that has made a major change.
Yeah, you see Replays now playing for Orbit. You've got Vicento, Happy, and TCM there on the squad as well. How big of a factor is Replays going to be with Orbit? They had a very, very bad regular Season 3. You know, their playoffs weren't much better, let's be honest. Replays, after leaving Denial, kind of sat there and assessed his options, and he's decided that his best opportunity right now is to play under Team Orbit.
Looking at Rise Nation, Chino and Wheats sticking with Burns, and they've brought on, well, #2 in the wins category. Captain Price is playing alongside Wheats, Burns, and Chino. I never thought I'd see this day.
No, neither did I. Never. I mean, Aches, if you look at his year, it started off so brilliantly. First event, you know, the guy has stitches in his hands, still managed to win. against a powerhouse team at the time, OPTIC Gaming. And now he's found himself on Rise. He was tweeting out, how great would it be if I won the first event of the year and I won the last event of the year. Honestly, he has his work cut out for him if he's going to try and do that.
And then, of course, you're going to see Apathy, formerly of that squad. He's going to be playing with TK, but we'll take a look at Isolation Esports. Dito, Havoc, Silly, and Llama God. They broke out through the Season 3 relegation, haven't disappointed throughout the regular season, and at the playoffs, this was a squad that we were wondering, were they going to finish top 3?
Right. They had a fantastic little run, and honestly, it's a squad which I think, the last couple of months has really proven themselves. At Season 3 relegation, they came out, caused a lot of noise, and everyone was like, okay, yeah, great, but this is relegation. You won't be able to do something similar to this when it actually comes to season finals. And to that credit, they held their own. Super excited to see what they can do at Worlds.
And then, of course, we have another squad, XGN, comprised of a number of top veterans, Fizzer, Killa playing with Study, and they've picked up Felony for the World Championship.
Yeah, solid search and destroy squad. It's nice to see kind of, Study playing with Killer and Fizzer again. He kind of plays a lot of 8s with them. When it comes to Respawn, though, I think that's really going to be where you see this team potentially struggle. But they're kind of coming into Worlds just as that kind of underdog. Let's see if we can cause an upset. They're not expected to win. There's no pressure really on this squad.
It's going to be a fun weekend for them.
Exactly. You're New Orleans, man. 100th Emerald.
Make a big chunk of that 250. Well, it's not just North American squads competing at Worlds, though. Of course, the World Championship involving teams from all over. Let's take a look at some of the European counterparts. We're going to see Tommy, Joe, Madcat, and Swanee join forces on Team Vitality. And this was a team, when I was watching Gfinity, I thought, wow, this squad has a ton of talent. Look at this new roster, though. Joe, Madcat, Swanee. How far can Tommy go with this new squad?
Oh, he can go the distance. I mean, this squad has already proven themselves with some success over in Europe. So excited to see Swanee and Madcat playing. It's something that all year long I've kind of wanted them to, because they've both been over in North America at different stints. X Games, Madcat gets eliminated very, very early on. Swanee was there on the analysis desk. They were talking, and I was looking, and I was like, yo, this could be the start. Maybe we see Madcat and Swanee try and do something in North America. Finally get to see them really go at it with a solid squad. Don't underestimate Joe as well. I feel like not a lot of North Americans really know too much about him. They've heard things, but they've never really watched him play. He's a pretty explosive player as well.
Millennium, another major European brand known throughout Call of Duty history. Kataga and Moose playing alongside Rated and Reedy. They haven't been to an LG event to get their photo taken in quite a while. Looking forward to grabbing those at Worlds. Ben, honest opinion, how good is Millennium?
Honestly, maybe they can cause 1 or 2 upsets in the pools, but I'm not holding my breath to see them kind of excel when it comes to bracket play.
Okay.
Then again, Kataga, who really knows what you're going to get with him. Moose has a lot to prove in North American soil after a very disappointing X Games for him. And then, as you said, Rated and Reedy coming out, they can definitely make some noise, but being a realist, I'm not holding my breath, Chris.
And of course, our third team from the EU, based on pro points, is going to be Marky B, Zero, PD, and Urban.
I'm actually excited about this squad. First of all, love seeing Marky B in North America. He's a fantastic guy, great player as well. PT, another phenomenal player. And then you have Zero and Urban again, where I feel a lot of people don't really know too much about what these players can do. And I think for Team Infused, that's actually a really good thing, because they're going to go into that pool and teams are going to just underestimate them a little bit. And that's when I really think Team Infused can cause some real damage.
And then, of course, we will have one more team. That is going to be Citadel Gaming, coming from Australia. Haven't seen these guys yet. Excited to see what they're made of, representing ANZ. They're going to want to put on a show.
Oh, they have all those Australian fans on their back, on their shoulders. They're going to try and carry the weight of Australia. They're being straight into pool plays. Well, that's a big responsibility. And the Australians, as we know, when it comes to big events,
at World Championships,
they turn up.
They're back-to-back top 5 finishes.
I mean, that's impressive for such a kind of small region where everyone, I feel, consistently kind of forgets about. And who knows? That's a great thing. We kind of look at it, we're like, yeah, well, you're up to games, you got your phases, you got your Citadel could just come out and just beat one of these top teams and just cause a huge upset straight off the bat. We don't know.
Now, the groups are not seeded yet, and I don't think pro points are totaled completely up to this point. The commissioner will release those groups when they're ready, a little bit later in October. For now, though, those are some of the squads you can expect to see heading into New Orleans. And if you want to play against them, guys, remember, you can still get your team pass, MLG.TV/finals, to go pick that up for Call of Duty. But we're not here just to talk about New Orleans, Ben. We're looking back a little bit today. What do we have on the other side of the commercial break?
We're going on a little bit of a road to finals, if you will. It's going to be interesting. We kind of looked at everywhere in the Call of Duty community where we're at right now, and we were looking at storylines. Obviously, there's some massive ones, which we will be covering in later episodes.
Yep.
But there's one very, very special story, which I really want to touch on. Of course, it's the Epsilon TR story, the fairy tale finish at Season 3. They had a great COD champs. The team is kind of 3/4 back now. We're going to really dissect everything about this squad.
All right, guys, great show in store for you. It's coming up in just 2 minutes. We'll see you on the other side of this commercial break.